everybody, I'm Starla.
I'm Mick.
And we are
Cephalofair Games. Yeah.
And welcome back to the last show of 2023.
Last show of 2023.
Yes, on the last day of the month.
Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
We're going into the new year. We on the doorstep of the new year. Just like we're on the doorstep of Christmas.
Do you know what today's date is?
What is it?
12/31/23, which is 1-2-3-1-2-3.
That's crazy.
I know.
That's crazy, y'all. That's
Crazy.
kind of weird.
Yes.
That's that Twilight Zone weird.
Yep.
And I don't want nothing going crazy. Like some aliens showing up saying, "Hey, how y'all doing?" I don't want that.
Yep. That's a unique number. 1-2-3-1-2-3.
That is wild. All right.
Yes. So this week, everybody, we want to just do a recap of our year.
Yeah.
We did a lot of things in 2023.
It was a busy year, family. It was a busy year.
And we just want to go over some of those things that were really special to us.
Yeah.
We're going to highlight some of our shows and some of the things we did and just kind of look back on 2023. So it's a look back.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
It was a fun year. It was a fun year.
But before we get into all that good stuff, let's hear a word from our awesome sponsors, Cephalofair Games and Kids Table Board Gaming.
Here we go.
Cephalofair Games is on a quest to make super amazing games that minimize randomness and reward player savvy. Their big claim to fame is their legacy-style dungeon crawler, Gloomhaven, and other games in the universe, such as Gloomhaven Jaws of the Lion, Founders of Gloomhaven, Gloomhaven Forgotten Circles, and their latest entry into the world, Frosthaven, which is an even bigger adventure. Cephalofair Games has expanded into new and exciting spaces, such as comics, video games, and audio. Bring the fantasy to life with Cephalofair Games. How do you spell fun? KTBG. Delight your friends and family with games from Kids Table Board Gaming, such as Creature Comforts, Power Plants, and Diced Veggies. Make your family game night an event everyone will look forward to, because KTBG spells fun for the entire family. To view their entire catalog, visit kidstablebg.com. We've had a great year with these sponsors.
Yes, we have.
Cephalofair Games and Kids Table Board Gaming have been with us throughout 2023.
Yes, they have. We thank them. We thank them so much.
Now, we've had other sponsors pop in and out, such as Lucky Duck came in for a while. And we're so excited to say that these companies really believe in what we do.
Yes.
And their sponsorship help us continue this mission.
Yes.
Because this takes a lot of time.
It takes a lot of time, a lot of effort.
Yeah.
We thank them for just being there for us and supporting us.
Yeah, because without them, I couldn't do this full time.
No.
And then you working, and it's hard for you because you have to get off work, tape shows, or go to a convention. So it's a struggle on you, but thank God I'm able to be here full time.
Rolling it along.
Yeah, and without these awesome sponsors, I could not do this.
Yes.
So I'm so thankful and grateful for your support. And we really and truly appreciate you just sticking with us month to month and through the entire year.
Yeah, we thank them so much. Love y'all. Love y'all.
So please check out their games.
Please go out and check it.
And support them like they support us.
Yes. We'll see it.
Thank you.
Yes.
So next we have
Ask OFPG.
All right, Mick, what questions do we have?
Yes, we got one from one of our Voices contributors.
Oh, okay.
Clay.
Hey, Clay.
Of Beer City Board Games. Hey, Clay, what's going on, man? He's up in Michigan. I love Michigan. I tell you, I love it. All right, so his question is very cool.
Okay.
He said, how do y'all define light, medium, and heavy games? Also, do you have a sweet spot personally, most of my favorites are in the medium to heavy range.
Well.
Yes. I think for me, my sweet spot, I'm gonna answer that one first, is really medium.
Yes.
Medium. I love medium to heavy sometimes. I do it. I love even heavy.
Yeah.
But I think medium is where we can get a lot of people to play and have some fun at. Yeah.
Well, no, I think my sweet spot may be light games.
Light?
I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
Because we do try to encourage non-gamers to get involved.
Yes, we do.
So I have to know a lot of the lighter games so that we can, play with non-gamers or new gamers to the hobby.
Yes.
And I really love those games. Those games are fun. Like No Thanks is light,
It
and, Point Salad. Those are fun little quick games. Now, I do like to sit down every now and then when we're playing, head to head, or when we're playing with experienced gamers, get into that medium weight game.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I love that. But I think overall, I'm kind of on the light end just because I love to see people's faces when they learn these new games, and it's like, oh my God. So I do like that.
That's cool. That's cool. Now, how do you define a light game?
Well, I think a light game is one that has very little setup.
Yes.
You don't have to take all day setting up the board and have a ton of meeples and stuff.
It can get wild, family.
Woo! And then a game that doesn't take too long to teach.
Yes.
We should be able to teach that game. Well, first of all, you should be able to teach it in about 10 or 15 minutes.
I think just like about real quick.
Yeah, but I mean maybe 10 or 15 minutes.
Okay.
And then the play time should be 30 minutes or less.
Yeah, that is
and that's a light game.
Yeah.
Well, maybe 40 minutes, depending on how many people are playing.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of fun with light games.
We do.
Especially party games are fun.
And the card games.
The card games are fun.
Let me tell you, family, it's some card games that will beat any heavy or medium game right now. It's some really good ones out there.
Because I think the heavy and the medium games, because we play all of them. We play
do.
heavy,
we play
everything.
Medium. Yeah.
But when you get into those heavy games and those medium to heavy games, I mean, it's all about, the thought process and the strategy.
Yeah.
You get the AP coming in. Where with the light games, it's all about the fun and the laughter and the camaraderie. So I think that's why I like them.
Yeah. And then you define light.
That's light.
Now, what about medium?
Now, medium are those games that may have some time to set up.
Yes.
Something like maybe a White Castle.
It's a little bit more effort into the rules.
A little more effort in the rules.
And a little bit more effort in the strategy.
A little more effort. But if you've played a few games, you still may be a newcomer to the hobby. But if you played some of those, gateway games, you could easily slide into a medium game.
Yeah, which is going to be a little bit more strategic, a little bit more time to to get together and play.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now the heavy games. What about heavy?
Oh, heavy.
That's a lot of rules.
Yes.
Probably sometimes a lot of setup.
Yes, like Yokohama.
Yeah.
Lots of setup. Maybe a table hog.
Yeah, it's about a table hog.
It can be frightening to some people to see this game is all over the table.
Like Terra Mystica.
Yeah, you
try to put it all together.
So that's a heavy game to me. And there's a lot of games that you play that are heavy. I don't play.
Yeah.
Like the Gloomhavens, the
but
dungeon
Gloomhaven's not really heavy. It's a dungeon crawler. It's a dungeon crawler. So it's kind of like medium.
Well, you know what? Gloomhaven's box.
It's heavy.
So that's a heavy game.
So it's really just because a lot of the dungeon crawlers I play is kind of like medium, medium.
Yeah.
But but heavy is just, it's a lot of rules, a lot of time you got to give to it.
Yes.
And it's a lot of strategy.
Yes, lots of time.
Yeah. There's a lot of different mechanisms in those heavy games that you really got to see what's going on. Because a lot of times there's a lot going on.
And those heavy games to me are those that are more than 2 hours.
More than 2 hours.
If I got to be at the table more than 2 hours, then that's a heavy game.
That's
really? Because I have a limit.
Yes, you do. 2.5 hours. Two to 2.5 hours. And, that's a limit.
Yes.
But sometimes she will go 3 to.
It depending on if you got me into a heavy game.
Ooh. If it goes 4, I'm in trouble.
3. Oh no, I don't do 3.
You've done 3.
No,
you've done 3.
No,
you've done 3.
When did I do 3?
You've done 3.
I have not.
Yeah, some of the heavy ones you have done 3. It's just
okay. Yokohama may have taken us 3,
and
just
Terra
because,
Mystica has taken us to 3.
With 4 of us playing at 3. So. If it depends on how many players you have. Yeah,
because sometimes with Chris, our good friend from Houston, he's giving us some games that we went about 3 hours, 3.5 hours.
To 4,
now 4, I'm scared, family, because she might get up and leave.
I'm still questioning 3. I think we may have played to 2 hours and 59 minutes. 2 hours.
No, it was 3. You've done 3. Now 3.5, 4. I haven't seen you done that. I haven't seen you do that. Yet. But you've done 3. You have done 3.
So those are our definitions on light, medium, and heavy games.
Yes. And I love them all.
Of course he does.
Yes, I love them all. But I think like you said, my sweet spot is medium. You said light.
Yeah, I think light.
Clay, thank you so much. Love you, man. Thank you for that question. All right.
So next, we're going to go into the heart of the episode.
Yes. We're going to skip over our news, our board game news, and go straight to the episode. Yeah, here we go.
Yo, give me something to dance to.
All right, our recap of 2023.
Some good stuff.
Now, we did a lot of videos. I know we did at least 52 episodes because we do one every week.
Yeah.
And then we had our voices shows, and that was 24.
Yeah.
And to do 2 a month.
Oh, we did a lot.
And then we'd have previews and playthroughs. And I mean, a lot of videos to say, okay, we want to recap. So it's a lot.
It's a lot.
So we're just going to pick a few and kind of highlight some of the things that were really, really special to us.
Yes.
So we're going to start off with our 3 episodes in a row. So we're going to call this 1, but it's 3.
Yes.
Episode 163, 164, and 165.
Yes.
And they were all listed as Rating the Games of 2022, Part 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yes.
And it showed all the games we played from that year. From the games that were made in 2022.
That's right.
And it was so much fun.
It was a lot of fun.
We did a lot of games. Yeah,
I think we covered like 56 games.
Yes.
And it's the first time we'd ever done a rating system.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, people always say, oh, let's do a top 10. And it's hard to do a top 10 when you've got like 10 games that you think are still number 1 in your mind. It's hard to say this was better than the other.
Yes.
But when you do a rating system, you're able to kind of break down into what makes this game better than the other. What's the criteria? Is it the artwork? Is it the theme? Is it the mechanics?
Yes.
Is it the overall?
It makes you dive into and see what that game is all about.
Instead of saying, oh, this is my favorite. This is my favorite.
It's so much fun.
Yeah.
Well,
why
is it so much fun?
Right. Yeah. And that's another criteria. Is it fun to play?
Yeah.
Are you laughing when you play this game, or does it stress you out? Those are things you have to take into consideration, and that's why we came up with a rating system.
Yeah.
And we will do our ratings again.
We're going to do it this year too.
In 2024.
On 24, we're going to talk about 2023
games. Yes. We're going to do a rating for 2023 games.
Yeah.
Because it really made us examine the games we played.
And remember and really look at, say, okay, why do I like or dislike this game? Because family is something that we dislike this year.
we dislike,
And last year we didn't like some.
We didn't like. We have a full system that we figured out how to get the number.
And we're still working on it.
There's some tweaks we want to make, but there's a mathematical equation, whether this
That's Starla right here. She math. She all math.
So that's how we did our rating system. We were very proud of it.
Yes, we were.
And we're going to bring it back again year after year.
And we had our endorsed games.
We do our endorsed games.
We put like
that we endorsed.
OFPG endorsed, or I endorsed, or Starla endorsed. Because a lot of games we played by ourselves that the others in the family. And Grant even played some games this year.
Yeah. So we do the ones that we endorse if it gets a certain number. I think it's 9 or above.
Yeah.
Then it gets an endorsement from us that this is a game that we would recommend to anyone.
Yes.
And that's what our endorsement means.
Yes.
That we would recommend this game to you.
And we did that this year. We did that this year. I was proud about that. I was proud. Yeah.
All right. So the next one of my favorite episodes.
I didn't like it, family.
Favorite of the year.
It's just one of my hated shows of the year.
And that was What the Call You Say.
Oh, it was heartbreaking.
It was long overdue.
Heartbreaking.
I was able to get this man right here to call 50 games.
It was hard, family.
Because he said he would never call. He said, I'm not going to call. I love all my games. I'm not going to call. I got him to call 50.
It was hard, family. It was hard.
Yes, it was
like breaking up the family.
It was really good for me to see those 50. It was good to see those games go. What? But then, whenever you have a win on one side, then you have a backlash on the other side. We may have gotten rid of 50, but then another 200 or 300 came in after it.
Yes. Well, family, I'm going to have to be honest with you, family, because, we always talk to you. We always talk to you. You are peoples. And I'll probably be doing this again.
We need to
this
call.
year.
It needs to be more than 50.
Yes, I'll probably doing that again because we do have some cons locally that gives us the opportunity to call and
trade off some games and
stuff. So
get them out the house.
So that might be happening again.
Well, my goal for 2024 is that he gets rid of at least 100 games.
100? Why are we saying 100?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Why? 100?
Because our collection is just getting enormous.
It is getting a little big there.
I mean, it's a little outrageous now.
It's a little big.
Yeah, for a family of 3.
Yeah, it's a little big there.
We grew up. When we grew up, we had, I think I may have owned maybe 10 or 12 board games max.
I owned not that many either.
And they were in a closet in the hallway.
Yeah.
A hall closet held all of our board games.
Yeah.
I won't even tell you where the games are.
Yeah.
They're just everywhere. So.
But we were looking at a commercial the other day about a senior citizen home. And I asked Starla, I said, if we went to that, Starla, how many games could we take in there? And Starla said, if we go in one of those, we can't take that many games. I said, well, when do we break down our games? What age?
I told Mick in another 20 years.
Yeah.
I don't know where our collection is going to be in another 20 years.
Yeah.
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Yes.
But I plan to stay away from senior citizens' home at least another 20 years. At
least
another 20.
20 years. I got 20, family. I got 20.
At least another 20 years.
I got 20.
Yeah,
all right.
we're still the work age. We're still out there.
Yes. And so in 20 years, we got to have to break down our collection. I was almost ready to cry right then and there. I was like, no.
Yeah, that's something I don't even want to think about. It's going to be a lot of work.
That's a lot of work.
To narrow this collection down that's continuing to grow.
It's continuing to grow.
Yeah. But anyway, what the call you say was one of my favorite.
That was not a favorite. Not a favorite. No.
Okay, now the next favorite of mine was episode 172, which is work, life, and board games.
That's what we all about.
That is what
I love that one too, because that's what we are all about.
We
work, life, and board games.
And we play games.
Yes, that's what it's all about.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just mentioning earlier, that this is a full-time job for me.
Yes.
And you would think, oh, how could it be a full-time job? It is. We have, 2 email accounts and then the social media and then the videos and crafting the shows and
going out in the community.
And traveling and going out in the community and community game nights.
Yeah.
Somebody has to do all the back-end work.
Her.
Someone has to do all the emails and set things up and make phone calls and do conference calls. So that's a full-time job for me. And then Mick has to work a full-time job and come home and do all this stuff.
Yeah.
So we wanted to talk about in that show, how do we blend all this? How does the work life and living with your family and the board games come together? And they do. We make it work.
Because ours is, a lot of people have work-life balance. We have work-life balance and board games. Work-life balance and board games. That's us right there.
I don't know if they balance it out.
I don't know. But we
they all
balance
come together.
Yes.
They all come together, and it's all part of our life.
Yes.
And if you're in the hobby and you're a board game hobbyist, you understand. How you got to make these board games fit into your everyday life.
Yeah.
Raising your kids. Taking vacations outside of conventions, which a lot of people don't.
You got conventions going on.
Are your vacations.
Looking at YouTube at people like
channels.
us.
Yeah.
You got
social media.
So all
that stuff you want to blend in because
and then you have your game groups.
Yeah, the game groups. You're right.
Yeah.
And then this is your passion. Board games are your passion.
Yeah.
So how do you make all that work? And we discussed that in depth on that particular show. And I thought that was very cathartic.
It was good. Yeah.
Because it let us just kind of open up about how we live.
Yeah, it was good.
In this hobby.
Good. Yeah. Now the next one I love.
Yes.
Because it was episodes 176 and 208.
Yeah.
And that one was
Building Community.
Building Community. Yes. And OFPG in the community. That was those two. And that meant just all together, we were doing our thing in the community. Because we gotta walk the walk and talk the talk. Because we said that our mission was to do diversity, inclusion, and make this hobby better.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do it. And we are going to keep on doing it.
I mean, we've established ourselves, in our Omaha community with quarterly board game nights, and we go out to nonprofit organizations, like we went to Girls Inc. and then we went to your company, which is a nonprofit, and we do game days with them, and we teach them about board games, and people who don't know about the hobby, and we're gonna go visit other nonprofits and take our board game message out to them. We've got our community game nights launching off in February. We do more than sit in front of this camera.
Yes.
You know, and a lot of content creators, you know, this is what you do. You sit in front of the camera and talk, and that's your mission. But our mission is to go beyond the camera and actually get out there and talk to people and be around people and build a community that's diverse and a safe space for everybody where people can feel welcome. And the only way to do that, you got to get from behind the camera. You got to get out there in person and meet people, talk to people, play with people.
And the other thing, you know, like getting on community television. That's what you want to do. You said K-Pow. You know, that's a local little, station, kind of government run, station, a city run station. And Starla said we need to be on there, so we're in there. We're on it.
We've been on KPAO, Cox Channel 22, going on 3 years.
Yes.
Yeah, and they've been playing us 2 days a week. Non-stop, 3 years, and we've got to go in person now and try to do some.
Yeah, we're going to go in there and do some shows. Yeah, we've been sitting on shows, but we want to go in there.
Yeah, for 2024, we're actually going to go into the studio and do shows in their studio.
But it's so crazy. We've had people say, "I've seen you." I saw you on K-Pow. And I'm like, really? So it's really doing something. But that's another thing out in the community. And
that helps us build community and awareness.
But I think the biggest thing you did, Starla, was the pop-up shops.
The pop-up shop.
That was Starla's baby. And I think the pop-up shops is where it's at. Yeah, that's really in the community.
So now we are, semi-board game sellers.
Semi,
because we just pop up when there's a nice event. And we go to board game related events, because most of the board game events, they have game stores that's going to come to there, so we don't need to compete with them.
No.
We're going places where the game stores are not going to go to non-board game related events, and we take our board games.
And that's really people, places where people of color are, communities of color,
underrepresented communities. That we try to go out and show them games, and we have found success in a curated list of games that we believe will resonate with people of color, and so far so good. Every shop we've sold more. We've gotten more people involved in board gaming, and they're buying the games from us. And we work with our local game shop here, the Game Shop. We work with them, and it's been great being able to take the games and let somebody invest in the hobby. And they invest by buying the game.
Investing.
Because we can talk all day. And we talk on the cameras, but when they buy that game and they put it on their table, it's a whole different experience for them.
Whole different story. Because
we sit and talk to them and they never play a game or never buy a game, then what are we doing? We're just spinning our wheels. But when they buy the game, they play the game, it's an investment.
Yeah, because we'll give them a card and say, hey, check us out on YouTube. Come on, check us out on social media. But they're like, okay.
We'll check you out.
Whatever.
But when they buy that game. Now we've got them.
Yes, we got them. And that's what Star said. We need to stop, putting out, we need to still talk to them about our YouTube, but we got to give them something tangible, something that they can, look in their hand and say, oh, this is what these people talking about. So,
and we give away games usually when we do a live event or something, or you see on the show, we give away games. And that's great to give people something. And sometimes people will give you something that you really don't want or don't know much about, and you just toss it to the side. But if you put your money behind it, like they say, put your money where your mouth is. When you buy that game, you're going to look, I just spent $30. I want to see what this is about. I'm going to open this box.
I'm going to open up this box.
And I'm going to play this game because I
just
spent $30.
Talking about. They keep talking about it. They keep talking about this game and stuff. I'm going to check it out. So,
so the pop-up shops is that next step to help us, build the hobby, grow the hobby, and get more people from underrepresented communities involved.
Yeah, and that's a really good thing.
Yes. All right, so the next one on our list we want to talk about, I think it's OFPG Voices. Yeah, so we had a guest contributor on our show on the show number 34.
Yes.
And Chaz Marla from Watch It Played came in and did a Good Humans segment.
Yes.
And we were so proud of the message that he had for Good Humans. And we were so happy to have Chaz do it, because one thing we want to talk about, we don't want to always just be the one saying, oh, we need diversity. Well, diversity starts with white males as well. It doesn't just start with us.
Yes.
And we need more white males to be accepting of diversity and say, okay, we want this in the hobby. And Chaz was like, I'll say that because I do want diversity.
Yeah.
And he did a great message. And so in 2024, we're going to have a lot more people from the hobby and outside the hobby talking about what it takes to be a good human. And good humans are people that are accepting and caring, and they want diversity and inclusion, and they want things to be safe for everybody. And that's what we're going to have on our show, OFPG Voices, in 2024.
It's going to be a good lineup now, family. It's going to be a good lineup
to give you their take on what it takes to be a good human.
It's going to be a good lineup. I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, Chaz did a great job. And if
Chaz
you don't know the tagline for Good Humans is, our goal is to make this world a better place, one board gamer at a time.
Yes.
And having more people who are people of color and people who are not of color talking about that whole Good Humans message.
Yes.
That's just going to make our hobby better.
Yes. And it's what is needed.
That's what's needed.
That's what is needed. Yeah.
Now, the next one was introducing non-gamers to board gamers. That was episode 196.
Yeah, and I think we really did that because that's the one thing we've been talking about.
Yes.
Doing the pop-up shops and going into the community. We're gonna run into a lot of non-gamers.
Yes, we do.
And we need to have you, and you will too. You'll run into places that non-game, and we all need a strategy on how to bring them deeper into the hobby.
Yeah, if they show any type of interest,
you gotta have a plan.
We want to talk to them about, what is it that we can show you? What kind of games do you like? And so that's having a message, like you said, having a strategy on how to introduce non-gamers to board games is really important. So if you haven't seen that show, be sure to check that one out.
Definitely check it out, because we got to have that strategy, family, because we got to bring more people in.
Yeah, now the next one is our 200th episode.
Yes.
That was a celebratory episode.
Yes, that was so much fun. Yeah.
And I know you're saying, why are you guys celebrating 200 episodes? You've done more than 200 videos.
Because listen, we were so surprised to get to 200.
We really were.
And we were like, and then when you go back and look at our first ones and to this one.
The growth and the change.
Yes,
my God. It's like night and day.
It is night and day.
It's night and day.
It's like night and day.
Because when we started, we didn't know what we were doing.
No.
We had no idea.
We didn't know what. Let me tell you, family, I'm going to be honest with you. I'll be transparent. That first video we did, I think we did it for like about 20 hours because we didn't know what to do. We were messing up. We were trying to be all robotic, it was just crazy.
We were not comfortable yet.
No, we were not comfortable yet.
We weren't comfortable in front of the camera.
No.
And you know what?
Hello. How are you? I am Mick. Hello. We were like that. It was like that.
We were not that bad.
It was that bad.
But it was hard for us to talk in front of the camera for more than a few minutes.
Yes.
We had to push ourselves to get 15 minutes.
Yes.
Now we have to push ourselves to cut it down.
We have to push ourselves to don't go 3 hours.
We can't talk for 10 hours. But in the beginning, it was hard.
It was hard. It was very hard.
So to get to 200 episodes was really a milestone for us.
Yes, it was huge, especially for us, because it was like, man, we made it this far doing all this stuff. Yeah.
I think we celebrated 50.
Yeah.
Then we celebrated 100.
People thought we were crazy when we did 50. But
they didn't understand.
They didn't understand.
50, it was important because the first year we weren't doing regular episodes. We weren't every Sunday we're gonna put an episode. It was whenever we had time because you were working. I was working. We were going through a pandemic. It was just insane.
Hey, we didn't think we were gonna get to like this.
Know.
We didn't know we were gonna be like this.
We did not know.
No, we didn't know this.
And then we finally got into a routine to how we could make the work life and board games balance together. I was on a full-time job. You're a full-time job. We had to make it all work together. For us to get to 200 and for things to have changed as much as it had, that's a celebration.
That was a celebration time. Come on. Yeah.
That was a really good episode for us. And we're just happy that we made it past 200.
Yes. We were glad.
So the next one we'll talk about is another Voices episode.
Yes.
And that was our most recent episode 48. Voices Christmas special.
Yes.
Where we had all of our voices who wanted to participate, come together and talk about their favorite games of 2023. And then Mick and I talked about one of our favorite games of 2023. And it was just fun. I always love it when we can get them all on one show.
And we did that again this year.
We did it last year.
We did it last year.
And we did it this year. Yeah.
And it was, I think this year was epic.
Yeah.
Last year was cool.
But last year was the first time.
It was the first time. It was cool. But this year, this was epic. It was epic this year.
Yeah, our 2022 Christmas show was great. It gave us a foundation where to start. But then 2023 was just so much better.
That was an epic.
So much better.
That was epic.
And our voices, they came through.
We love our voices.
Really good
our
team.
Contributors, man.
Yeah, we got a good team.
They're beautiful.
And we're growing them as a team.
Yes, we are.
We have regular meetings and we talk about things.
Yes.
I just love the people that have come on board and who want to be a part of helping this hobby be better.
And they're like a family. And they really talk. We talk and do things. It's like a really cool family.
It really is. All around the country. People
everywhere.
West Coast,
not
East
country. Different countries too.
Oh, that's true. we got Canada.
We got Canada.
And we got some Canadians.
We got Canadians.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, we're all over.
Oh,
we're
that's
all
right.
over.
We go outside the U.S.
Yeah.
And if we're lucky, we can get some people from other countries. We talk about Brazil.
We were talking about Brazil. Yes.
Because she contributed last time.
Yes, she did.
In 2022.
We got to talk. We got to talk to her and try to bring her in. Yes.
And then I think the last one we want to talk about is our ugly Christmas sweater show.
Yes.
That we just did last week.
Yes.
That is a favorite of ours. It was our second annual ugly Christmas sweater show.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
So much fun to see people's, Christmas sweaters and
yes.
how they, dress for the holidays and just a nice.
It's always
just
fun.
a fun show. It's not
It's
about
a
board
fun
games.
Show.
It's just about having fun and enjoying
Yes.
the community that we have.
Yeah, but it's really about board games because those are the people that love board games, just having some fun.
Yeah, well, it's not about board games. We don't talk about.
Yeah,
board
no, we don't
games.
talk about board games.
We talk about sweaters
Yes,
and
sweaters.
Pants and skirts or whatever you have. This
Whatever,
Christmas. Yeah.
whatever.
But
Yes.
these are people who are in the hobby, and we met them through board gaming,
Yes,
and it's just a fun show.
It's a fun show.
Yes,
and we get to give away some prizes.
We do. We talk about games because we give away games.
Yeah, that's right.
That's
we
right. We
give
give
away
away
some prizes.
games.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so we did. This is our second one we've done this year.
Yeah.
And we want to do it again next year. I think every year we'll have an annual Christmas sweater
Keep on doing it.
show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Keep on doing it.
And I think that pretty much wraps it up.
That's about it.
Those are the shows.
Yes.
Now, as far as things we've done that we just want to recap, highlight. We already talked about our pop-up shop.
Yeah, but I think the biggest one is our Kickstarter campaign.
Yes.
That we again want to say thank you to all of you that backed us. That was that was something else. We love all of y'all.
We are so just grateful to everybody who supported our campaign. I mean, you really believe in what we do.
Yes.
And I have to tell you, the dollars that you contributed to that campaign helps us grow this channel.
Yes, it does.
We've said this before. Every contributor on Voices gets paid.
Yes, they do.
We pay them for their time because we believe time is valuable. That's the only thing we as humans have to bargain with is our time.
Yes.
When you go to a job every day, you are selling your time to that job.
Yes.
And when those contributors sit down in front of their cameras and they research a game and they talk about that game and send us a video, they have given us their time. And for that, we want to compensate them. And that Kickstarter campaign allows us to do that. It allows us to get new equipment. It allows us to travel to some of these conventions. It gives us those things we need to stay in this hobby and continue the work that we do in this hobby. So we appreciate your support.
Yes.
And we pray that when we do our next campaign, you'll be right back there supporting us again.
Don't worry, we're going to fulfill everything. We're going to fulfill.
Fulfillment's coming.
Yes.
And then we talked about our quarterly game nights.
Yes.
We do one every quarter, and it's been growing.
It's growing.
Yeah, because we were at the Urban League at the beginning of 2023. And the Urban League can kind of hold about 40 people.
Yes.
And
that last one,
we were outgrowing that.
It was getting a little crazy because at one point we never want to do it, but we would probably have to turn people away, and we never want to do that. We had taken up
every space. We had gone outside of the boardroom space. We were in the lobby area.
Yes.
We were in the hallway.
Yes.
We were getting ready to go into the director's office.
We took chairs from the director's office, and he was there. Wayne was there, and I said, "Wayne, we need some of your chairs in your office." He said, "Come on," and he took chairs out of his office.
And out of their little break room.
Break room. We were just everywhere.
Had people everywhere, so we knew we had to go to a bigger space. And that's when the opportunity to go to the Highlander Accelerator came on board. And even at the Highlander, we had about 62 people. And we had brought tables and chairs in from the outside.
Yeah.
We have an outside patio area.
Yes.
We brought those inside. So I don't know how long we're going to stay at the Highlander if we keep growing.
It's getting a little...
But that's a good problem to have.
But the good thing about the Highlander does have another little area that's a little bit bigger. And then they just opened another space that has some room too. So the good thing about it, we might be staying at the Highlander
just in a different space.
And just going to different areas that they have.
It's a beautiful location.
It's a beautiful space.
Great parking. You got food. I mean, it's a great space to be.
It's a great space. Yeah, and hopefully we can grow along how they growing.
Exactly.
So,
and then we talked about, we want to talk about the conventions we attended.
Yes.
We went to 9 conventions in 2023.
Yes.
So we went to Great Plains. That's in Lincoln.
Yes. That's a local.
That's a local.
Kind of local.
We drive about 40 minutes or so. Yeah. And then we went to Kubla Khan in San Francisco.
Yes, that was a lot of fun.
Lots of fun. Go to San Francisco.
Meeting new people.
The convention was fun, but it wasn't fun for Grant because Grant got sick.
Grant got sick.
And he got stuck in the hotel room for like 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, he did not have fun.
We were watching hotel TV, and he had to watch, what was it?
It was Vegas. That Vegas show.
The old Vegas show.
The old Vegas show with Steve McQueen.
No, not Steve McQueen. I forget his name, but
Yeah,
it's Vegas.
it was Vegas.
And then he also was watching, was it Shang-Chi?
Shang-Chi.
Yes.
No, it was like all the
Iron Man.
it was all the MCU movies
Yeah, and they were playing
that
over
on repeat.
and over.
It was on repeat.
And so he
was not having a good time.
He did not have a good time.
No.
But we had an overall good time
Yes.
at Kubla Khan. And then after Kubla Khan, we had PretzCon.
That's a local.
That's local.
Yeah, that's very family friendly
Yes,
con,
very
and we love the
family.
Pretzes. It's a
We had
family of
fun.
about 100. Not really. It's not
There's
100.
a lot of
It's a
them.
lot of them. But this family puts on this local con.
Yeah.
Basically because, they go to different cons and their kids can't come. Sometimes cons say
Yeah.
your kids can't
'Cause they
come
have
until.
small kids,
Yeah,
yeah.
they have small. And they say your kids can't come until like Sunday.
Yeah.
Well, they said their con, kids can come anytime.
Every day.
Yeah, every day. Yeah.
And then after that, we went to Grand Con in
love
Michigan.
Grand Con. Yes.
That was so
Yes.
much fun because
It's so much fun.
it allowed us. Normally, we'll fly to a convention, but
Yes.
we've got a new policy where if it's less than 10 hours or so, we'll drive.
We'll drive.
And so we drove to Michigan, and that allowed us a chance to go see some of my family members.
Yes, you saw family.
Who live in Michigan, and it was a wonderful con. They treated us so nice.
Yes, it
Brian
was.
and his team at Grand Con
Love
treated
them.
us so nice.
Love them.
It was a wonderful con.
Yes.
Some of our OFPG family, like the Clark family, came up and they were there to play games with us, and we met some new people we hadn't met before. It was Aisha with the game store.
Yeah, Aisha with the game store. Opal Grove Games
Opal Grove
in
Games,
Detroit.
And so we got a chance to meet new people, and it was just so much fun.
Yes. And then
I
we
love
also
Grand Con.
we got a chance to meet Clay from Beer
From
City
Beer City
Games.
Games and Jen.
And
Got to meet them in person.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we basically put them on.
Yes.
You know,
After meeting
OFPG
them
Voices.
at Grand Con.
So let me tell you, Michigan is very well represented
Yes, it is.
on OFPG. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then, we got a chance to hang out with Ben. That's our big. What is
He's
his name?
Unpub.
He's Unpub, but he has a name. What is his channel
Fat
name?
Some Kid.
Some fat kid.
Yeah, some fat
Some
kid.
fat kid.
Yeah.
And so he always said,
On
you can
Twitter.
always recognize me because I'm a big, tall guy in a pink shirt.
Yes. We love
So
Ben.
we love Ben.
But he's really into the Unpub
He is.
scene.
He's in the Unpub.
And I really love that because, he's in there trying to help, these new designers and designers trying to get games out there to get better.
Exactly.
And I love his philosophy. We always talk to him. We love Ben. Yeah.
And then after that, we went to the World Series of Board Gaming in Las Vegas,
In Las
Nevada.
Vegas, yes, we did.
Yes, and we were
Yes.
commentators.
And we did a we did
commentary for us, Cascadia.
Cascadia.
And it was 3 hours.
3 hours of Cascadia, baby.
3
3 hours.
And we were there the
Woo,
whole
and we were talking. We were talking and doing our thing. It was something
Yeah.
else, family.
Yeah.
It was something else, but it was fun, though.
It was a lot of fun.
It was fun.
Then we came back and then we went to Cardboard Caucus in Des Moines, Iowa.
That's kind of sort of local.
It's 2.5 hours
Yes.
outside of Omaha.
Yeah.
But we go there every year. So, our third year going to
It's
Cardboard?
our third year.
Yeah, so we love going
it.
there. They
We
always
love
treat
it.
us so nice.
Yes, they do.
Mike
Yes,
and
they
his
do.
team, and they always treat
Yes,
us so
we
nice.
love them. We love
And we
them.
have fun there, get a chance to play games.
Yes.
One of our winners from our Ugly Christmas Sweater giveaway, Allison, she's in Iowa. We always see
her there.
at Cardboard
Yes.
Caucus.
Yes.
So that's a fun con.
That was fun con.
Then we came back and we did Board and Dice Con online.
Online, yes.
So we did
on the
online.
Brothers Murph channel.
On the Brothers Murph
Yeah.
channel. So we did Board and Dice Con.
Yeah.
Then after that, we had AfroCon, which is local here.
It's local, yes.
And we were there playing games and
just talking to some folks.
people
Yeah,
that's
talking to
local
folks,
here.
yeah.
And then our last con of 2023 was BGG Con.
And that's always a favorite.
Dallas.
It's always a favorite.
Second year in a row,
Always.
had a blast.
Yes. And then
Yes.
in 2024, we're going to spring and fall
Yes.
of BGG.
Yeah,
Yes,
BGG
we're so
comes
excited.
spring.
So excited, yes.
Yes, but Aldi and his team,
Oh, my God.
Jeff and the rest of them,
Oh, my God.
they always make us feel so welcome.
They're great
We have great
folk.
panels when
Yes.
we go there.
Yes.
On our panel, we had Marcus Ross, we had Eric Lang, and we had Lincoln and Nikki from Game Night on our panel, and we talked about some of our favorite games, and we had such a blast.
It's always a blast.
Yes,
Always a
great
blast.
audience
Yes.
participation. And just fun.
Yes, and we get to see a lot of our friends from Houston
who drive up to Dallas.
for the BGG
Yeah.
con, and we always get a chance to see them and say hi and
Yes.
play with them again, because they were the ones that really saw us before we got into OFPG,
Yeah.
and a bunch of them helped us get into this hobby.
Yeah, before we launched
Yes.
OFPG, we were playing with these people from Houston.
Yes.
And they really helped us, get acclimated
Yes.
and, so we could enjoy these games. And we're so grateful to them.
We're grateful
and
to
grateful
them.
that we still have their friendship.
Yes,
Yeah,
we're
we
so
still have their
grateful.
friendship.
Yes.
So I think that's our year in a nutshell.
That is our year.
In a nutshell.
It was so fun.
Yeah, and it went by so
busy.
fast.
Listen, it's already New Year's.
I know.
And you just picked up and say, wait a minute, wasn't Christmas just a couple of seconds ago?
I mean, this is New Year's Eve, and tomorrow
Yeah.
will be the first of a brand new year.
Yes, because this year went by quick.
It went by quick.
It went by quick.
Yeah, but when you're busy like we are,
Yes.
I think things are kind of like a blur. It's like, oh my God,
Yeah.
we're at the end of the year already.
Because, we're going, it's almost like every con is like, oh, the con is like about 3 months away. Oh, the con, we don't have to worry about it. Then next minute, the con's next week.
It's next week. Oh my God, we
con's
gotta
next
get
week.
packed.
Oh my Lord, what's going on? Yeah, so it was a
Yeah.
fun year. A fun year.
You know what? I almost forgot.
What is that?
Well, it's not really a con. We did go one more place.
What's that?
And that was we went to Adam. At the Gamers
Adam,
Ranch.
yes, at the Gamers Ranch.
Yeah,
yes.
and met some people we hadn't seen
Content
before.
creators
such as,
and
Content
publishers,
creators
yeah.
and publishers. And we did that. That wasn't a con, though. It was just like a
It's kind of like just a get up, a retreat. It was like a retreat. It was a retreat. Yeah.
So that's one thing. But I think that's it. I think those are the
that
highlights.
was it. That was it. Yeah.
All right, so I think that's it for right now. But we're going to be right back. We're going to talk about some of the changes we're going to be making. And we'll share that with you in a few seconds.
Yeah. Here we go.
All right, so we mentioned some changes.
Yes.
Okay, now our next show, the first show of 2024, we're going to really go into some more detail about some of the things we're doing to change and kind of make the channel more fresh. And
We've been telling you about it,
We're going to make
family.
some changes to OFPG Voices as well. But one thing we need to announce now, we want to start doing our Ask OFPG questions with live video.
Live.
So if you have a question, we would really love it if you would send it in via video.
Yeah.
We just need you to send in 60 seconds or less. Ask your question. We will put that question on the show. We will show you. All we want is your name and where you're from. So you can say, I'm Allison from Iowa, and here's my question. So if you would do that, that would be great. We would love to have your clips come in. You can just email them to us. Send us in your clips as soon as you can, because we'd love to have some for our show, the first show of the year.
Yes.
So that's one of the major changes. And
Yes.
we'll introduce some more changes.
And we're going to have a prize for you.
Oh, that's right. We'll have
If we
prizes.
show you on the episode, we got
Yes.
a prize for you.
Yes, if your clip makes the episode,
Yes.
we will have some type of game surprise.
Something.
Something. We haven't figured it out
It's gonna be cool.
yet.
It's gonna
It
be
will
cool.
be nice.
Yes.
Yes.
But we want to see your beautiful face.
Yes.
Of our OFPG family.
Let you ask your own question.
Yes. Say your own question. Just talk. What's up? We all talking. We all family. Just what you got to say?
So
Yes.
hopefully you can get those in. If you have a question, put it in a video, send it to us. But we
Yes.
also want to remind you to make sure you check out our OFPG Voices episode, episode 48, the Christmas show. If you haven't looked at it, please go check it out. And then the next OFPG Voices episode, the first one of 2024, is coming out on January 3rd. So do not miss it.
Do not miss it. New
Yes.
stuff.
And then on January 4th, we're leaving for OrcaCon.
No,
which is
5th and the 7th.
We're leaving on the 4th
Oh,
for
yes, we are.
OrcaCon.
Yes.
And then the convention starts on the 5th to the 7th.
Yes.
And so we're going to be in the Seattle area. We'll be in Bellevue, Washington.
Yes.
For OrcaCon, which is the 5th to the 7th. So if you're in the area, please come by.
Come on.
Come to our show on that Saturday.
Yes.
Come by and play some games with us. We'd love to see your face in the place.
Yes.
And then our community game night, the first one of 2024,
Yes.
is coming on February 24, 2024.
Yes.
We'll be back at the Highlander Accelerator in the dining room area. So please come on out and have some fun with us. And if you're hungry, Big Mama's will be open.
Yes.
Best Burger will be open.
Yes.
Dina's Place will be open.
Yes.
So there's plenty of places for you to eat. So you ain't got to worry about I got to eat before I go. Come out, have a meal out there, okay?
Come on. Let's pack up the place because you're going to force us to move again. Let's do it. Force us to move so
Yes,
we can
we
get
wanna
bigger
go someplace
places.
bigger.
We want to do bigger places. So come on. Let's do it.
And the last thing I want to say is if you haven't filled out your surveys, do it now because we are shutting
it down.
So we can
Shut
start fulfilling.
Shut down.
We want to start fulfilling,
Yes.
our backers and getting their stuff to them. And we've been waiting on surveys. And we just
Can't wait.
We can't wait anymore.
Can't wait
so
no more. Shut
do
it
now.
down. Shut
Do
it
it
down.
now.
Shut it down. Yeah.
So January, we're going to shut everything down so that we
Yes.
can start doing fulfillment. And that's really all I have, Mick.
That's it.
That's it.
So Starla, where can they find OFPG so we can keep growing this channel with all of our OFPG family? Where can they find us? Because we're still trying to get to 30,000 now. Come on. We got to get everybody in this family. Yeah, so where can they find us?
Well, if you're looking for Our Family Plays Games,
yes,
you may find us on Facebook, Instagram,
yes,
Twitter,
yep,
right here on YouTube,
right here,
and TikTok.
TikTok. Yeah.
And if you're in Omaha, Nebraska,
family, that is local.
You can find us on Cox Channel 22.
Yes.
Saturdays at 8:30 p.m. And Tuesdays at 4:30 p.m.
Where you really can find us. Now, family, thank you so much for coming out and checking us out. Yes, it was a great year.
Yes.
We love you, and we're ready for 2024.
Yes, we are.
Happy New Year to all of you. Now, if you have any questions or comments, please put them down below. And if you have any Ask OFPG questions, hey, the video. Send in the video now.
Please.
But family, there is one thing we want you to know going into 2024 and beyond. We love you.
Bye everybody.
Now.